Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin. Before we jump into the price action, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you are enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out, it's free to join. Okay, so let's get into the fun stuff. So we're talking about that possibility that as long as we hold this zone of this 24643 to this 22817, that we could see that possibility of having an extension to the upside in a fifth wave here. And we're talking about this being the potential 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, actually 3, 4, 5 into here. And then basically looking for this additional fifth wave. So this is a possibility. We do need to be cautious, however, because this move to the upside, though it can be counted as a 5-wave move, there are other interpretations of it, and we could also look at it potentially as a WXY and then potentially another X and a Z wave to the upside here. So we need to be a little bit cautious with this. If this does break down in a 5-wave structure, what I would be looking for would be the potential to actually form a flat within here. So we're going to be discussing that in a second. But what we need to do is be cautious. If we start to break down and we actually lose this fourth wave low here, potentially this could then become a flat, or alternatively, this move could have completed into this high, and we could actually be looking for a couple of things. So either we could still be within this B wave, and potentially this move to the upside is just a bigger flat correction. But the problem is we would have to then treat this move slightly different if that's the case. We'd have to potentially count this as just an a B, and a C, though the C wave would be particularly short at this point. It wouldn't be perfect in my opinion. So we'll have to see what happens. The key thing here is if this is a flat, what we will get is a 5-wave move down, and then we'll look to actually continue to the upside, where this whole move becomes an a B, and then basically a C wave to the downside. The problem is we could also change the interpretation of this and say we finished our third into here. This is our fourth, and actually we have a fifth here. So if this is the case, we need to watch this move to the downside. Potentially we could see a 3-wave move back down into this zone here of this 20,757 to this 17,104 region, and then potentially look for that continuation to the upside from that point. So we need to be careful with this. This could also be starting the C wave, in which case we could be looking for a move up towards this zone here of this 31895 as a 1-to-1. The thing is, within this, it could also potentially extend out here to some of these higher numbers that we have here, this 35,801, this 38,454 region. So we're going to have to just see how this plays out and see where exactly we end up with this. So in the short term, basically what we're looking for, bullish continuation can continue for as long as we actually hold this low point here of this 23,896. So as long as we hold that point, either we could be looking for, well, if we hold this point, this could actually be a short wave 2 here, and we could be looking for a bigger wave 3 to the upside. So confirmation, if that were the case, would only come by actually pushing much higher up. We'd look potentially towards this 38,824 region for confirmation. So this is possible. We don't have enough indication of this yet, and we could actually be in a couple of structures here. So we need to watch this. If we do start to get a much more bullish push to the upside, potentially this would be the zone we could then look and confirm that the wave 2 was in here. But we don't have that confirmation yet, so we need to be a bit patient and see what happens. So the market will tell us what it is going to do one way or another. So I'm still open to the idea that we could come down for wave 2 back into this zone. So off of this current high that we have, that would be this the higher range here would be this 24,275, which actually be a retest of this fourth wave zone, and then the lower range, which we wouldn't really want to lose, would be this 21,077. So within the structure up here, I'm going to talk about the possibility of that flat quickly. And what we were talking about previously was we were actually looking for this zone of this 27,405 to this zone here, this 26,386. And we we're saying, this could be a potential area that we would come up into as a B wave. So the fact we've come up into here, we can also potentially count this as a 5-wave move, which we're going to go over it in a second. But I am on the lookout for that possibility that we could actually look to break down in a 5-wave structure. If we do break down in a 5-wave move, it's going to be important what happens after that. So in the immediate short term, if we had a 5-wave move down, we could look at a few targets within this box here. So if it was going to be a running flat, potentially between this 26,107 to this 25,137, 25,137. It would have to have good structure though. We'd have to be able to count a good 5-wave move down here, something like this, and then that could potentially complete this as a running flat. However, we'd have to be careful because if we get a 5-wave move, something like this, potentially it could form a 3-wave move up, or form a 3rd wave, a 4th wave, and a 5th wave. And actually, we look to target out this area as a potential expanding flat. So the expanding flat target zone is this 24,556 to this 23,644 area. So if we do actually break down in a bigger 5-wave structure here, keep an eye on this zone. If we do find support here, then potentially this could be a flat correction, and this is actually that wave 1 completes into this high. This becomes that wave 2, and then we're actually looking to push up in that bigger 3rd wave. So this is something that is still on the cards, and I am still looking out for. If we do take this low, watch around to this zone here, this 23,644, and alternatively, if we push a little bit deeper, this 22,477 is a 0.618 of this A wave to the downside, which is another target for these expanding flats sometimes. So the key difference here is basically within this, if we do have a flat, what we'd be getting is a 5-wave move down, and then we would take this B wave high. That is the important part here. If we just form a 5-wave move down into these ranges and we only form a 3-wave move up, then we could be looking to actually break down much deeper. So keep an eye on that. We want to, if we're looking at this as a flat, we want to see a 5-wave move down, basically then push it back above these B wave highs. Okay, so I'm going to go into the smaller internal count here, and what we're looking for within this. Potentially, you could argue this is completed into this high, where you look at this whole move here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can also, however, subdivide this, and this you could look at this rather as a 1 and a 2, then potentially another 1, 2 in here, and then this would be your 3, 4, 5, and then we'd actually be forming another 4th and a 5th. So the key zone here for support for a 4th wave is actually this area here, of this 26,928 to this 26,142 area. If we maintain this zone, potentially we could see something like this play out where we come back down here, or alternatively, this could complete smaller up here. Because we would be looking at the potential that we'd have a zigzag. So you would argue that, potentially this could actually complete it, and we could look to push up one more time in a 5th wave. So as long as this zone holds, there's that potential to push up again. And the immediate target, if from our current zone, would actually be here towards this 28,198 to this 27,924 region. And that would then allow for that fact that this is a 4th wave here, and we'd look to push up. This could be a triangle in here potentially. This could become an A wave. We form a B wave, a C wave, D wave, E wave, and then we push up. It's a bit too early to tell. It could also just be a complete move here. There is always possibilities, that this could also extend out more, where we look at this potentially as a 1, 2, 1, 2. Maybe we form another 1, 2 here, and then we look to push up much higher. Though that would only be confirmed if I throw this onto here. That would only be confirmed by a higher move up towards this 30,200 area. We'd want to see, if we're going to look at that potential of an extension within those waves, we'd want to see a move up towards those zones before it becomes viable. But yeah, as long as we maintain this 4th wave here at this 26,118 area, I'd still be looking for that possibility to push up one more time here. Though we need to be cautious, it could also be completed, yeah. So if we are actually looking to extend out, and like we said, potentially we've had a shorter, shallow wave 2 here, and actually we're looking for that bigger move to the upside. What we could then find is, we could see a retracement here where this becomes a 1, we form a 3-wave move to the downside and maintain this zone of this 24,675 to this 25,754. If we start to lose this lower number, this 24,675, it starts to become less likely that we're going to see this continuation up. So keep an eye on that. If we do retrace down, basically that would be a zone we'd be looking out for. If we do break down in a three-wave move here, what we'd be then looking for is basically a bigger five-wave structure to the upside, looking to actually come up towards this 32,239 area. That would be based off of a 0.618 retracement, which would be this 25,303. So if we do break down here from this current high, potentially this could be a support zone. Alternatively, we could have one more high to set here and then look to break down. If this does do something like this, then we would potentially have extension within these waves, and basically this could then become a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we get another fourth and a fifth, and that could actually be looking to bring us directly up into this zone, and looking to actually retest some of these key areas, potentially even the top of this channel, which would be sitting roughly, well, directly above us is sitting at about this 33,624 range. So keep an eye on this sort of area if we do just progress directly up. There's always that possibility within these impulses that they can just directly extend out. But for the time being, I am still looking to see whether we have another push up here for an additional fifth, or whether this breaks a bit down, finds support here, then pushes up. If it fails to hold this zone, though, this will be the next key zone of support. If that fails, then basically I would be looking out for that flat support zone, which would be here, depending on whether it's a running flat or a expanding flat. The lower range would be here, this 24,556 to this 23,664. Failing to hold that, we would be looking for the potential, that this move could be looking to actually come deeper down here and potentially come back into this zone of this. If we lose that flat zone, basically I would be looking for the potential to find support down here towards this 22,352 to this 2107. And then finally, if we start to lose this 21,077, then it is more likely that we have actually completed this as a five-wave move here, or alternatively a B wave to the upside, and we could look for the potential of that five-wave move down to here before we look to push up. Or alternatively, this could then become an a B, and we look to actually break down. So it's going to be key what happens here. For as long as we stay above these fourth wave highs, potentially we can look to actually extend our chair and continue to the upside. But once we start to lose some of these zones, we need to hold this fib support. Otherwise, basically, I would be looking for another low to unfold off the back of that. Okay. So I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description, you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out. It is free to join. As well as that, there are affiliate links for both PrimeXBT and BYBIT down there. Both great exchanges that we use on a regular basis. Check them out for yourselves. If you don't have an account, using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Everyone have a great day. See you in the next one. Take care.